7. Kevin McCullough.
All right, thank you for being here. And again, welcome to the weekend. So glad to have you with us. Friends, over the last few weeks, I introduced a brand new cause to you. You'd never heard about it before from this microphone. And we have worked diligently over the past few weeks to try to make a difference. But now is crunch time. The goal was 600 children to be fed for the coming year that are currently starving. And my friends with Food for the Poor are in a position to be able to provide all the food that they need for 2 meals a day for the coming year per child for only $80. And I challenge you, look at your grocery bill, try to feed your own kid for a month on $80, and you'll have a hard time doing that. Food for the Poor is actually going all the way to feeding a child for a full year on that same amount of money. But there's even better news, because right now we have someone who will match every penny you give, bite for bite, with additional food. So for the 600 children that we're trying to reach, we have a partner coming in saying they'll reach half of that if we can just supply the gifts. So what I need you to do, friend, is not put it off anymore. 855-349-4673, 855-349-4673, or go to instagood.org. Insta, like instant, good, G-O-O-D, instagood.org. It's very important that you do this, because the goal is to get all 600 kids fed by the end of September, meaning we have 1 month, less than 1 month, to get this wrapped up. We've already lost a week of this final month, and we are at 83 of the 600 children fed, which is twofold. One, it's a blessing, because those 83 children will now get 700 meals over the next year. And these are children that have distended bellies. They have orange colored hair. This is many of these children are in the country of Haiti, where I adopted my oldest son from and brought him to the States, and he is no longer a burden on anybody. We have fed him. He has grown. He has done well. But the children that we are reaching out to are ones that will go sometimes up to 72 hours in between getting anything resembling a meal. So your $80 gift per child right now is going to take one of those children that are on this list of 600 most critical children and begin giving them meals for the next year that they wouldn't get otherwise, and in fact may not even survive the year. But friends, I am very, very burdened. We are only 83 children towards that goal, and we have 517 to still reach. And if there were a number of us that could just do 3 children tonight, that's a $240 one-time gift, or $80 a month for the next year. You could rescue a child every month. But whatever you're able to do, if there were 500 of us tonight that just said, we'll take 1 child each, friends, we don't need to do a ton, but we need to do a little bit. A lot of us need to do a little bit, just so that we can get all of these children fed. Now, if you call tonight at 855-349-4673, every penny you contribute will be matched. So if you can give a gift tonight of, $500 and feed 4 of these, no, that's 320, 5 kids, 6 kids, 6 kids would be 480. That will be matched. Someone else will give 480. Whatever you can do tonight, it's going to make a difference. But friends, we are running out of time. The end of September will be here in the blink of an eye. And that's when this opportunity will come to an end. And I don't want to leave any of them behind. 83 children's lives have been saved, will be rescued. They will be fed this next year because of those of you that have already jumped in. But if you've been thinking about it, and if you've been saying, I need to do something about this, and you've just been putting it off, friends, don't put it off any longer. Tonight's the night. We must feed as many of these children as we can for the coming year. If we don't do it, it won't happen. If we don't reach them, no one will. These are the forgotten children of Central and South America. And Food for the Poor is at work in Haiti, in places like Jamaica in the slums, in places like Guatemala, El Salvador, those countries that have had the worst economic conditions, famines, hurricanes. They've had destruction of crops. Food for the Poor is on the ground. Food for the Poor also works exclusively through pastors on the ground. They don't work through the government offices. They don't work through cartels or anything else like that. They work with the pastors who are already involved in these children's lives, ministering to these kids on some level already. So the McCullough family has been giving to Food for the Poor for years. I'm asking you to join us. I'm asking you to take a step of courage. And if you could give a gift of $240 tonight, that would take care of 3 children that you're providing the food for. But because of the matching gift, you're actually going to be providing 6 children the help that they need. We need your help. It cannot be said any other way, and it cannot be done any other way. The only way through the hardest part is to go through it, and we need your help. That's all I can say. 855-349-4673, instagood.org. Instagood. Insta like instant, good, G-O-O-D, instagood.org, or 855-349-4673. I want to tell you a personal story about my time with Food for the Poor. They have been working in Central and South America for a while, and a few years ago they asked me to go see some of the work that needed to be done. And we flew into Port-au-Prince, and we got settled in where we were staying, and the people from Food for the Poor came and got us, and we were in a rickety van, and we got out of the city, and we went to an area that was quite a ways outside of the city of Port-au-Prince. And when we got to where we were going, there was a long road, and we still had to walk close to 2 more miles to get into the village where the village was. When we got there, this pastor was trying to teach a classroom of kids, and outside the school was this dirty, dirty watering hole that animals were using and everything else, as you can imagine. And I saw children drinking from there. That year, we did a campaign to help feed and bring water to those children. And the next year, after we got it installed, I went back. I got a chance to go back. I saw children that had been almost half the size the year previous that had grown already. Friends, I wouldn't ask you to do this if I wasn't willing to do it myself, and I am. So please help us. 855-349-4673 or instagood.org.